How's it going, everybody? Yeah, I'm actually going to be reviewing the movie Batman Hush. I gotta say, nonetheless, there's actually some ups and downs in this movie. The movie is based off the comic book Batman Hush, but since this is the movie and not the comic, it can't probably be like the same thing. The movie actually really picks up when Bane ended up actually stealing a child and holding him for ransom. Batman ends up coming in and end up stopping Bane. But the ransom money actually was actually ended up left, and Catwoman ended up actually stealing it, but yet Catwoman seemed like she ended up being brainwashed. And while Batman was chasing Catwoman down in order to catch her, or that she can actually take the money back, when he was like swinging on his batarang, a new villain in the movie named Hush ended up actually shooting and breaking the batarang, and Batman ended up actually falling like quite a few feet down to the ground and ended up getting like severely hurt. There were actually three thugs that ended up coming around that was actually going to try to finish off Batman. Then Catwoman ended up coming back and ended up defending him until later Batgirl ended up coming in and ended up actually helping out. But Batgirl ended up thinking that Catwoman was working for Bane, so Batwoman and Catwoman ended up actually fighting. At least actually for a brief fight, but that's it. Find out later on that Catwoman was into getting brainwashed by Poison Ivy in order for her to steal the money for her. After Batman ended up actually recovering from his injuries by the help of his good friend Thomas Elliot, Bane was taken to Arkham and looked over by Jim Gordon and one of the most infamous women in DC, Amanda the Wall Waller. At one time, basically the leader of Task Force X, which is basically the Suicide Squad, and also the leader of Argus. Bane ended up breaking out and ended up fighting with Catwoman. Then he ends up getting captured by Batman. And at this point, Catwoman and Batman end up actually kissing, which I know that a lot of people actually really like a Catwoman and a Batman relationship. I may do a video on why that actually doesn't work out, but that's for another video. Poison Ivy ends up going to Metropolis, but yeah, that Catwoman ended up meeting up with her, and they end up getting into a scrap. Catwoman actually had the upper hand, but then until Ivy used her plant powers, Batman ends up coming in to save her. Then later on, Ivy ended up finding out, letting him know that she has someone too, and Superman is there. Poison Ivy brainwashed him by having a kryptonite-made lipstick and ended up kissing him, where he actually wasn't able to resist her. We have a little mini fight between Batman versus Superman, and no, I'm not talking about the movie, which was terrible, by the way. Batman had these kryptonite brass knucks that he ended up was knocking into Superman. Then actually later on, Superman ended up defeating Batman. But then Catwoman had Lois Lane up the top of the Daily Planet and had where that she ended up throwing Lois Lane off and ended up snapping Superman out of the trance because he wanted to save Lois. After Superman snapped out of it, Superman, Batman, and Catwoman ended up going after Ivy. Ivy tried to make a break for it, and Catwoman ended up kicking her right in the face, knocking her out. And Superman said, was that necessary? And both Catwoman and Batman says yes, which was completely hilarious. After this, Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle were supposed to be actually going on a date. And Dick Grayson ends up actually making fun of Bruce by actually maybe it was somewhat enjoying it. Then Damian Wayne, his son, ended up actually calling him and saying like that, like you know how ridiculous this is because she's a criminal, and Batman, Bruce ended up actually defending her, saying she's an ex-criminal. Which later on, Damian says like, well, you made some horrible choices when it comes like to some exes, like including my mother, which is like Talia al Ghul, which I gotta say, which is like another really funny scene. I gotta say, there's a lot of catfighting in this movie because Hush ended up actually kidnapping the Joker and actually had to where that Harley Quinn had to try to kill Bruce Wayne. Then later on, while Harley Quinn was trying to kill Bruce Wayne, Catwoman ended up coming around, and Catwoman and Harley Quinn actually ended up getting in a fight. I gotta say, it was actually one of the most entertaining fights out of it because Harley Quinn and Catwoman both are very acrobatic and have incredible agility. Harley Quinn ended up getting the upper hand on Catwoman, and then Harley Quinn ended up running away, and Batman ended up chasing after her. As soon as he ends up going out into an alley, we see that Thomas Elliot is dead, and the Joker ended up actually having a gun that says "bang." And Joker ended up trying to say, look, it may actually seem like I did it, but I'm actually innocent. But then, Batman ended up starting to beat down the Joker severely bad because he thought that he was the one who ended up killing Thomas Elliot. And later on, Batman ended up actually trying to strangle the Joker to death, and he says, I want you to break your, only code, but yet, on a crime that I actually committed. And later on, if it wasn't actually for the interruption of Commissioner Jim Gordon, Batman probably would have actually killed the Joker right then and there. But after that actually happened, the Joker ended up actually getting up, and it seemed like he was actually, he looked like he was hurt, but yet he actually didn't really seem like he really suffered a severe damage. I gotta say, the Joker can actually take a punishment, because especially since Batman can actually lift almost over 1,000 pounds, and how he actually can hit so incredibly hard, and the Joker can actually take that punishment and don't even actually be knocked out. I gotta say that's almost like superhuman right there in itself. Then later on, the Joker ended up getting actually arrested again, of course. Later on in the movie, the Riddler ended up actually getting a car chase with Batman, but yet at the same time, like you said, the Riddler and Nightwing ended up saying a C-lister. It's very funny that Dick Grayson, Nightwing, ended up saying that the Riddler is a D-lister because the Riddler is actually one of the most dangerous DC Rogues Gallery, Gotham Rogues Gallery villains that Batman actually has, because he's very extremely highly intelligent, and his riddles are actually one of the most hardest riddles in order to solve. It takes a genius and everything like Batman to even solve the riddles in order to get them out of that situation. But later on, Batman ended up actually catching the Riddler and handcuffing him, and later on he ended up actually seeing Hush, and he ends up actually trying to chase after him. They end up going into this room, this fitting room that has tons of mirrors, and he ends up showing up upon the mirrors, and he's thinking that he actually is there, but then he's not. But at the same time, he's mostly playing mind games onto Batman. He says, I will destroy everything you know before finishing you. Later, Batman ends up actually meeting up with Catwoman and tries to tell her actually to leave town because Ash will destroy all he cares about. And this is the point where Batman ended up revealing to Catwoman that he's Bruce Wayne. And when that happened, passions grew high between Batman and Catwoman. And I gotta say, Batman ended up getting some strokes when it comes to Catwoman. And I hope you guys know what that means. After that, Batman and Catwoman end up actually teaming up and actually taking down quite a few of Batman's rogues gallery. Yeah, and yes, in this movie, Batman gets more strokes. Batman ends up following up the lead on Hush, while Nightwing was about to go on patrol. Then Catwoman says, "I'll tag along." They end up going to a Gotham cemetery. Then they end up getting attacked by Scarecrow. Scarecrow ends up hitting Nightwing with his fear toxin, which is kind of strange because Nightwing starts to flip out and actually be scared. Thing is, Nightwing actually has been trained by Batman so much to where he actually doesn't really know fear. But in this movie, they have where that Nightwing ends up actually being afraid. And by far, that was not the first time that Nightwing has actually faced off against Scarecrow, so this kind of doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, Catwoman ends up actually saving him and end up knocking out Scarecrow and end up ejecting him with a antidote. After Catwoman ended up actually helping Nightwing to the Batmobile, she ends up going back for the Scarecrow and ends up getting knocked out by Hush. And now Hush has her captive. Batman later on ends up interrogating the Riddler and ended up actually having to where he actually knows that he's in on the Hush. One of the most crazy things is on this is that, the Riddler ended up actually having brain injury, but when he had ended up actually taking off his wrappings, he ended up having a almost like a question mark of the Riddler on his forehead, which I thought that was looking really stupid, to be honest. So he used the Lazarus Pit in order to actually recover, but the Lazarus Pit actually awakened a special ability to where that he was able to find out that Bruce Wayne is Batman. Okay, this is kind of strange that I got going on right here. Is that the Riddler was Hush all along and not Thomas Elliot, which is basically the original character of Hush. And Batman wasn't actually talking to the Riddler, he was actually talking to Clayface the whole time. Clayface ends up starting to fight with Batman at the prison, where a lot of the inmates end up actually starting to cheer on Clayface, and the Joker ends up trying to put his 2 cents in. And it's pretty funny because Clayface ends up saying "shut up, freak" to the Joker. Then later on, Batman ends up defeating Clayface with a fire hose. The Riddler ends up explaining to Catwoman actually how that Batman's going to decipher actually how to get to him in time in order to try to save Catwoman. And I gotta say, it's actually a pretty genius actually what he's actually doing. The funny thing where that Catwoman says "screw you," but and he said that, and she said that the Riddler says "no time." When Batman tries to deduce actually where that Catwoman is, he ended up actually find a tripwire to where that Thomas Elliot, who was actually dead, ended up actually coming out, and he ended up actually seeing him hanging upside down. Which I gotta say, nonetheless, that is actually pretty dark. Batman ends up meeting up finally with the Riddler, and they end up actually having a fight. The Riddler is actually still juiced up with the Lazarus Pit, intelligence, and extra strength. So that's why he's able to really actually take on Batman and actually give him a challenge. The Riddler ended up actually having a upper hand on Batman and ended up actually stabbing him with what is question mark staff. Catwoman ends up coming in and actually helping Batman in order to defeat the Riddler. The Riddler was about to end up actually falling into a pit of fire. Batman used one of his batarangs in order to end up wrapping around his leg, preventing him from falling in. And was going to try to pull him up. Catwoman said leave him, and Batman actually wouldn't let him go. Catwoman ended up actually cutting the line, and at the moment we'll see that if the Riddler fell to his death. Later on, Batman and Catwoman end up escaping, and then Batman says to her that he didn't have to die. Catwoman says "Are you insane? You're crazy." He actually tried to kill you, tried to kill me and Nightwing, and you're actually sad that he died. Batman basically said that as a moral code that he actually doesn't actually kill. You know, he actually has let her know about that many times over that he has that he has to try to save even the villain's life. Batman says without a code, he's no better than them. And the thing is, Catwoman doesn't understand that. And I guess I went their several ways because Catwoman doesn't understand that he can't do it. She says I changed for you, but you can't actually change for me. What does she mean by that? You know, does she mean that you actually just allow him to actually kill someone? Or say that it's okay for someone to be killed? It doesn't make any sense. I just gotta say that there is actually ups and downs in this movie that I actually didn't really like. But at the same time it actually was entertaining and also had an okay story, even though the Riddler was Hush, which I did not like whatsoever. But what do y'all think? Do you think that, did you like the Batman Hush movie? Leave it down in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, maybe give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this to come. And I'll see you on the next video.